there, lovelies! Welcome back to my channel. My name is Maddie, where I love to talk all things makeup, especially makeup tutorials. In this video today, I'm going to be doing a 4th of July eyeshadow look. This is a look that I have used in years past, and I wanted to share it with you now because it's a fun but also very wearable eyeshadow look. Some of them can get a little crazy, and this one you can wear all day and into the night with all the fireworks show. So let's get into it. I'm not going to start with my base because there is going to be a lot of fallout. We're working with color here, and so I want to make sure that I can easily wipe all of that away. So we're first going to start with priming our eyelids with a concealer, and I'm going to use a concealer rather than an eyeshadow primer. That way I'm able to fully get rid of all discoloration on my eyelid to make the colors pop as much as possible. We are going to be doing red, white, and blue looks. And I'm going to set that concealer with just a tad bit of powder here. That way it doesn't crease on me. That's my biggest worry. Okay, so I am going to be using this Melt Cosmetics Muerte palette. This is one of my favorite palettes. It is very colorful, super bright, and it is just the perfect color mixture that I want to be using today. But first I want to come in and just provide a little bit of definition to my eyes. And so I'm just using a very neutral brown, and I am just coming in here, putting a little bit in my crease. Nothing too heavy or too drastic. Again, it's just providing that little bit of definition for my base. Okay, now that we have that definition built in there, we are going to be coming into the Muerte palette. I'm going to be using the Noche Eterna color, which is this bright blue. Okay, and I'm going to be creating a wing with this color. And because I have hooded eyes, I'm going to look straight ahead and stamp where I want that eyeliner to go. And I am going to make it a strong eyeliner or winged eyeliner, and so I'm going to bring it out a little bit further. And if you notice, when I close my eye, I've got a gap there. And I'm going to close that gap up. And then I'm going to take this winged eyeliner across the rest of my lash line here. I am stamping the color on because I really want as much color payoff as possible from these. I'm also going to be making my wing a lot thicker than I normally do. Take your time with this. The other reason we want to set our lid too, especially if you're a hooded eye girly like I am, the blue will transfer to the top of your eyelid, and that is not super cute. Again, it's okay if these are not perfect. Our eyes are sisters, not twins, which means they are going to be slightly different. Like on this eye, I have a little bit stronger of a fold here. All right, there, we have the blue eyeliner all done. I think it already looks super awesome. We are going to take it a step further. So I'm going to come in with a shader brush here. Sorry, before I used an eyeliner brush for that blue, but I'm going to come in with that shader brush, and I'm going to use the color Corazon, which is this really bright red color here. And I'm going to dip the end of my brush there, and I'm going to hit the bottom part of my lash line. Then, now that I've got that bottom part of my lash line, I'm going to use another eyeliner brush, just the end of my spoolie here, and I'm going to follow the other blue liner. And I want to be careful because I don't want to combine them. If I combine them, I make purple. And so I just want to do the outer part of it. Okay, this is looking so cool. And then we're gonna come in and do the other side. So now we have the eyeshadow all lined out, and then ideally you would want to use a liquid white eyeliner. Mine dried out, and so I'm going to be using just this Colourpop gel eyeliner, and this is where we're going to get a little bit fancy. So we're going to try and draw some stars in this hooded part of the eye to make it look like fireworks. So what I like to do is draw a line down and then a line across. So you're making like a plus sign on your eye, and then just add the other parts of the star that you need. So I'm doing one big star. I'm gonna try and do another but smaller star. And then I'm just gonna add some dots. Again, this is where like a liquid eyeliner would be really helpful because the gel isn't standing out super well, but it still adds a little bit of variety and fun. And there, it looks like I have some fireworks on my eyes. And then the last palette that I'm gonna dip into is this Colourpop Star Wars palette. This is the original, super cool. And I'm gonna grab this color called Rebel Princess, and I'm gonna put that in the corner of my eye and just make this whole thing pop. So we look like we have a whole fireworks show going on. Then bring it up just a little bit. All right, and this is why we didn't do our base, because I have quite a bit of fallout from the red and the blue, and that would not look pretty mixing it with our foundation. So I'm able to wipe that off, and it's gone. All right, I'm gonna do the rest of my makeup and then we'll be back. been waiting for to wear this year. This is something, again, that you can wear during the day. I wore this to buy my car on 4th of July a few years ago. It's such a fun look and it's so fun to be festive. If you notice, I didn't go super heavy on my blush, but I did use a red blush and I used a red lipstick to help tie it all together. I just kept it subtle because really I wanted the eyes to pop for this look, right? Also, I did use that same shade Rebel Princess for my highlighter just to tie it into the eye look. Again, this is a day to get festive, you know, and if you have a day like this in your country to be festive and, you know, sport your colors, red, white, blue, orange, green, red, whatever it may be, go ahead and do it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did and subscribe so I can create more awesome content like this for you guys. And I hope you have a safe and happy 4th of July. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!